Over 60? Stop boiling these 9 foods. They can harm digestion and drain key nutrients your body needs. Number 1 is broccoli. You might think boiling broccoli is a healthy habit. After all, it's a green veggie, right? But here's the surprising truth. Boiling broccoli can actually strip away many of the very nutrients your body depends on as you age. Studies show that boiling destroys up to 50% of its vitamin C and a large portion of glucosinolates, powerful plant compounds that help reduce inflammation and support your immune system. That's especially important for seniors. As we get older, our bodies naturally face more oxidative stress, joint pain, and slower immune response. One study, published in the Journal of Zhejiang University, found that people who steamed broccoli, instead of boiling it, preserved more antioxidants and gained better immune support in just 2 weeks. This isn't a guess. This is science, backed by real-world results. And there's another problem. Boiling makes broccoli soggy, bland, and less digestible. If you've ever had a hard time chewing or swallowing overcooked vegetables, you're not alone. The fiber structure breaks down in boiling water, making it mushy and harder to digest, especially for older adults dealing with gut sensitivity or lower stomach acid. A better way: steam broccoli for 5 to 6 minutes, just enough to soften and lock in nutrients. Or roast it with olive oil and light seasoning for a nutty, satisfying flavor and great texture. Skip the heavy cheese in boiling. Let broccoli shine. This simple tweak helps your body absorb more antioxidants, support your joints, and even boost memory. Because it's not just what you eat, it's how you cook it, and boiling just doesn't cut it. Number 2 is spinach. Spinach is one of the healthiest greens you can put on your plate, packed with B vitamins, folate, and iron, all of which are especially important for seniors. But if you're still boiling spinach, you're draining away many of those benefits before they ever reach your body. Let's break it down. Boiling spinach causes water-soluble nutrients, like vitamin B9, folate, and vitamin B2, riboflavin, to leach into the cooking water. And unless you're drinking that water like soup, you're throwing away what your body needs. Folate, in particular, plays a key role in memory, mood stability, and red blood cell production, which become more critical with age. In a clinical study published by the Journal of Food Science and Technology, researchers found that boiled spinach lost more than 40% of its folate content, while sautéed spinach kept the majority of it intact. That's a serious difference for something so easy to fix. Now, here's a common myth. Boiling spinach cleans it out and makes it easier to digest. In truth, boiled spinach turns into a slimy, flavorless mass that often becomes harder to swallow, especially for older adults with reduced saliva production or swallowing issues. So what's the smarter move? Sauté spinach in a bit of olive oil and garlic, just 2 to 3 minutes for soft texture and rich flavor. Or wilt it into soups and stews at the end of cooking to keep the nutrients intact. Keep your spinach green, fresh, and powerful. Boiling is an old habit, but for seniors looking to protect their brain, blood, and energy levels, it's time to switch to smarter cooking. Number 3 is chicken breast. Chicken breast is a lean source of protein. And that's great for seniors looking to maintain muscle mass, stay energized, and support healthy bones. But if you're still boiling your chicken breast, you might be doing more harm than good. Boiling isn't just outdated. It can make this healthy protein source dry, rubbery, and hard to digest. Here's what happens. When you boil chicken at high temperatures, the muscle fibers contract rapidly, squeezing out moisture and making the meat tough. For seniors, that's a problem. Tough, chewy meat can be harder to break down, especially for those with reduced stomach acid or digestive issues. According to a study in the Journal of Food Processing and Preservation, boiling significantly reduced the tenderness and moisture retention of chicken compared to gentler cooking methods. Plus, when you boil chicken in plain water, it absorbs almost no flavor. You're left with pale, bland meat that often needs to be heavily salted or covered in sauce. And too much sodium isn't good news for aging hearts and kidneys. Here's a better way. Poach your chicken gently, just below a simmer, around 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Add a bit of broth, herbs, or lemon to the water for extra flavor. This keeps the meat juicy, tender, and far more digestible. Or better yet, roast it in the oven with a light rub of olive oil and spices. The dry heat creates a golden exterior and locks in moisture. Avoid the temptation to throw it in a pot of boiling water and walk away. You're not doing your chicken or your health any favors that way. By cooking smarter, you protect the protein your body needs and enjoy meals that taste as good as they feel. Number 4 is carrots. Carrots are often seen as the go-to veggie for eye health, and for good reason. They're rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, essential for vision, immune function, and skin health. But here's the catch. If you're boiling your carrots, you're draining out many of these vital nutrients before they even reach your plate. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that boiling carrots can reduce their antioxidant levels by up to 35%, especially beta-carotene and potassium, both key nutrients for seniors. Potassium helps manage blood pressure and heart rhythm, which is particularly important as the risk of cardiovascular issues increases with age. Boiling also changes the texture of carrots in a way that may not work well for older adults. Overcooked, boiled carrots often become mushy, watery, and bland, making them less enjoyable and harder to chew, especially for those with dentures or sensitive teeth. And if the food isn't pleasant to eat, chances are you'll skip it, along with all the nutrients it provides. Here's the smarter move. Roast your carrots in the oven at 400 to 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes. Toss them with olive oil, a pinch of sea salt, and herbs like rosemary, thyme, or dill. Roasting not only enhances their natural sweetness, but also preserves their fiber and nutrients. Plus, it creates a tender, yet firm texture that's easier to chew and more satisfying. Don't buy the myth that boiled veggies are easier or healthier. With carrots, boiling just drains the flavor and the benefits. Try roasting or light steaming instead. Your body and your taste buds will thank you. Number 5 is cabbage. Cabbage might not get the spotlight like kale or spinach, but it's one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables you can eat, especially as you get older. It's packed with vitamin K, vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants that help fight inflammation, improve digestion, and support bone health. But if you're boiling cabbage, you're missing out on most of those benefits, and possibly upsetting your stomach too. Here's why. Boiling cabbage in water causes its natural glucosinolates, compounds with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects, to break down and leach into the water. A study published in the Journal of Food Biochemistry showed that boiling cabbage reduced its glucosinolate content by more than 50%. Unless you're drinking the water, all those health benefits are going straight down the drain. But the problem isn't just nutrient loss. When cabbage is boiled, it also releases sulfur compounds that create an unpleasant, rotten egg smell. That's not only off-putting. It can actually lead to bloating and digestive discomfort in many seniors, especially those with slower metabolism or sensitive guts. Skip the boiling. Lightly steam or stir-fry your cabbage to keep the crunch, lock in nutrients, and support smoother digestion. A quick sauté with olive oil, garlic, or a splash of vinegar brings out its natural sweetness, without the bitterness or smell. And that old myth, boiled cabbage is gentler. Not true. Overcooking breaks down fiber too much, making digestion harder. Light cooking helps support gut health, blood sugar, and immunity. Key for aging well. Treat your cabbage and your body better. Your gut, bones, and taste buds will thank you. Number 6 is rice noodles. Rice noodles are light, gluten-free, and easy to chew, which makes them seem like a perfect option for seniors. But if you're boiling them in a rolling pot of water, you're likely ruining their texture and making them harder to digest. Here's what's really happening. Rice noodles, especially thin varieties like vermicelli, cook extremely fast. Just a few extra seconds in boiling water turns them into a sticky, soggy mess. According to a food texture study in the International Journal of Gastronomy and Food Science, boiling rice noodles can cause them to clump, break apart, and lose structural integrity, making digestion more difficult for aging stomachs. And here's the catch. Unlike wheat pasta, rice noodles don't need to be boiled at all. The proper method is to soak them in hot, not boiling water for about 5 to 10 minutes until they soften. After that, you can stir-fry them gently with your favorite veggies, lean protein, or a light sauce. Another common mistake: reheating boiled noodles. Once overcooked, they lose their bounce and turn into mush, which can be unappetizing and harder to chew, especially for those with dentures or swallowing issues. The better method? Skip the boiling pot. Soak, then sauté. You'll keep the noodles light, springy, and far easier to digest. Plus, you'll be able to add flavor directly during cooking. No bland, overcooked strands. For seniors managing blood sugar or digestion, gentle cooking isn't just about taste. It's a way to eat smarter. Treat your rice noodles right, and your body will thank you. Number 7 is fish fillets. Fish is one of the healthiest proteins you can eat, especially as you age. It's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation, support brain health, and protect the heart. It's also high in lean, digestible protein, making it a perfect fit for older adults looking to maintain muscle and energy. But if you're still boiling your fish, it's time to stop. You're likely throwing away the very benefits you're trying to get. Boiling fish might seem simple, but it's one of the worst ways to prepare it. The high heat causes delicate fish proteins to tighten and break down too quickly, making the fillet fall apart in the water. The result? Rubbery, dry, and flavorless fish. And for seniors, that also means a meal that's tougher to chew, digest, and enjoy. More importantly, studies, including one in the Journal of Food Science, show that boiling reduces omega-3 content in many fish varieties. These healthy fats are crucial for protecting aging brains, managing joint inflammation, and maintaining heart rhythm. When you boil fish in plain water, you not only lose moisture and flavor, but you also lose those vital fats into the cooking liquid, which you'll most likely pour down the drain. So what's the better move? Poach your fish in a lightly seasoned broth, or bake it in foil with herbs, garlic, and a splash of lemon or olive oil. These gentler methods lock in nutrients, boost flavor, and keep the fillet moist. No crumbling, no dryness. Forget the myth that boiling is healthiest. For fish, it's one of the worst. Poaching, baking, or steaming gives you the benefits without sacrificing taste or nutrition. Number 8 is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are often called a superfood, and for good reason. They're rich in vitamin A, magnesium, fiber, and natural antioxidants that support vision, regulate blood sugar, improve digestion, and boost immune function, all of which are vital for seniors. But if you're still boiling your sweet potatoes, you're losing much of what makes them so beneficial. Here's why. Boiling sweet potatoes causes water-soluble nutrients, like vitamin C and potassium, to leach into the cooking water. According to a report in Sutter Health, boiling can strip away over 30% of vitamin A content, which is crucial for eye health, especially as vision tends to decline with age. On top of that, boiling leaves sweet potatoes mushy, bland, and watery, which can make them unappetizing and harder to digest for seniors with sensitive stomachs. What's worse, the longer you boil them, the more their natural sweetness disappears and the fiber breaks down, causing a quick spike in blood sugar instead of the steady energy they're known for. That's not ideal for older adults managing diabetes or metabolic issues. Instead, try roasting your sweet potatoes in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. This cooking method preserves nutrients, enhances their natural caramelized sweetness, and keeps the fiber structure intact, supporting digestion and blood sugar balance. Want extra flavor? Toss them with olive oil and spices like cinnamon or rosemary before baking. Some say boiling is gentler on digestion, but with sweet potatoes, that's a myth. Roasting brings out their natural sweetness, preserves nutrients, and avoids the mush. It's a tastier, healthier way to enjoy this senior-friendly superfood. Number 9 is green beans. Green beans may look simple, but they're packed with nutrients that matter, especially for older adults. They're an excellent source of fiber, vitamin K, and folate, all of which play key roles in bone strength, blood clotting, and heart health. But if you're still boiling your green beans, you could be draining away their health benefits and flavor. Boiling green beans in water strips out water-soluble vitamins, especially vitamin C and folate. According to a study in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis, up to 40% of green beans' nutrient content can be lost during boiling. And unless you're drinking the cooking water, all that goodness ends up going right down the drain. Worse yet, boiling turns green beans limp, soggy, and flavorless. The kind of overcooked side dish many of us remember and disliked from childhood. For seniors who may already have a reduced appetite or limited sense of taste, bland vegetables can lead to eating less, and that's a concern when proper nutrition is more important than ever. Here's the smarter choice. Lightly steam your green beans for just 4 to 6 minutes until they're tender crisp. This keeps most of the nutrients intact while preserving their natural crunch and fresh green flavor. Or try sautéing them in a bit of olive oil with garlic or sliced almonds, both delicious and senior-friendly. And here's a bonus tip. Adding a squeeze of lemon or a sprinkle of chopped parsley not only brightens the flavor, but also adds extra antioxidants. Cook your green beans in a way that keeps their color, texture, and nutrients